Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Has any Democrat lost a co-chairmanship or been removed from a committee or had any other penalty placed on them? There's some of these leading Democrats that are on the redistricting committee, and they're still on it. So we want to see some serious penalties. We want to get them back. And if their seats have to be vacated because they've relinquished their duties or abandoned their duties, then so be it.
Chair recognizes Mr. Guerin for a second motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. Mr. Speakers, I move that the Sergeant of Arms or officers appointed by her send for all absentees whose attendance is not excused for the purpose of securing and maintaining their attendance under warrant of arrest if necessary, and that this order be continued beyond the adjournment of today's session until the further order of the House.
Members, you've heard the motion. All those in favor vote aye. All those opposed vote nay. This is a record vote. Clerk, ring the bell. Show Representative Guerin voting aye. Mr. Hunter voting aye. Have all members voted? Have all members voted?
Somebody ought to be putting handcuffs.
88 ayes and 7 nays. The motion prevails. The Sergeant at Arms and any officers appointed by her are directed to send for all absentees whose attendance is not excused for the purpose of securing and maintaining their attendance under warrant of arrest if necessary until further order of the House.
The hell with you Democrats.
Members, under the rules, while the House is under a call, any member who wishes to leave the hall must have written permission of the Speaker. The Chair is providing written permission to be entered into the journal for each member registered as present on today's roll call to leave the chamber and return noon Monday, August 18th, with the understanding that if enough absent members are located and returned, you must be prepared to return to the chamber within 6 hours of receiving notice. Mr. Guerin moves the House stand adjourned until 10 a.m. Saturday. Is there objection? Chair hears none. House stands adjourned.
We ought to see a mug shot of him. This is a Democrat that ought to be putting with his hands behind his back. Look who want to come out and speak. Look who want to come out the closet. Brother Skittles, Tootsie Roll, and Lollipops. Them days of walking around the White House, Barry, is over with. Over with. Salt and pepper. How's Big Mike? Brother Mushroom Tip.
As what we all recognize is we can't let a systematic assault on democracy just happen and stand by it.
Assault on democracy. The hell with salt and pepper, Brother Barry. Get him off my screen. Get him off my screen.
Democrats forcing that first special session officially at the Texas Capitol to end today, preventing Republicans ultimately from approving those new congressional maps. But the fight's not over. It's going to continue on.
And the governor had said second special session. It's already happened. It's underway. Democrats still standing firm on their efforts, though. Ion Politics reporter Jack Fink getting us underway. He's live at the Capitol this afternoon. Any word on when the lawmakers plan to come back to Texas? We've reported they've talked out loud about it, but where are we?
Well, Doug and Nicole, the prevailing view from lawmakers I've spoken with is that Democrats will return to the Capitol on Monday. The session is set to start at noon. No one was surprised that the first special session ended early today, and that's because Democrats had said they wanted to kill it from the start.
There being 95 members present, a quorum is not present. The House and gallery, please rise for the invocation.
Speaker Dustin Burrows ended the first special session at 10 a.m. after the House again failed to establish quorum. 95 House members showed up. They were 5 short of what they needed, which is 100. Governor Greg Abbott called for the second special session to start at noon, and the House again failed to establish quorum. The governor has set 19 items on the agenda. It includes all of the same issues as before, such as new congressional maps, but also property tax relief efforts and legislation addressing the deadly Central Texas flooding from last month. One new item includes ensuring summer camps are safe for campers. Democrats have said they wanted to delay Texas Republicans from approving the new congressional maps, which will likely end up with 5 new GOP majority seats. This allowed the Democrats to go to other states like California, where Governor
The hell with you Democrats.
Gavin Newsom vowed to pass new congressional maps to neutralize any Republican gains in Texas. During a news conference, I asked Governor Abbott about Newsom's efforts.
It's a joke. He's posturing for the presidency and doing nothing more than that. He's all talk and no action.
It is a small price to pay for America. It is a small price to pay for democracy, and it's worth it. This fight is worth it because Texas is worth it. Our people are worth it. America is worth it. Democracy is worth it. California is doing what Texas should do, and let's give the power to the people. They're letting them vote.
Democracy.
So once the House does establish a quorum, a committee will meet on these new congressional maps, and committees will meet on other legislation. They'll send that to the full House. Republicans are likely to approve all of the legislation. And while there's been all this drama over in the House, the Senate had passed all of its legislation during the first special session, and they will do so again during the second special session. Doug and Nicole?
Well, Jack, I want to ask you, you said it, the word drama here. There's been a lot of it, a lot of back and forth, a lot of talk, including your one-on-one with the governor, right? Republicans talking now about adding to the number of congressional seats. At one point, it was just up to 5. Now they're talking about maybe more. Do we think that's actually going to happen?
Well, I looked at the bill now under the second special session, which includes the maps, and there are still 5 GOP majority seats. Those are new. There haven't been any more. I know there was talk about it. There was consideration of maybe up to 8, maybe 9 or 10, but that is not the case. The other thing that Texas House Republicans have said they wanted was the governor to add a special session agenda item that would allow them to change and add GOP majority districts for the Texas House. So far, that has not happened. The governor said today, though, all options are on the table. So we're going to take.
But oh boy, I want to get into this from Explain America. It says the Texas House goes nuclear. The arrest order has been given. It says in the comment section says without consequences, there's no justice. Arrest them and replace them. Remove from office and arrest. Stop playing with them and elect people who actually care. I'm a Texan. My concern is for the people in the Central Texas that was in the flood, not with the districting mess. These people have nothing. They have to start their life from zero. And here I see the Democrats on vacation. Fire them, fire them, fire them. Stop playing games and lock their ass up. The American people demand and deserve justice. Arrest and remove from office. Arrest are step 1, but prosecutions must come before we the people will get any justice from Washington, D.C. I can't wait until they are arrested. They all need to be removed immediately. When you refuse to show up for work, you get fired. Arrest all of them. Jasmine Crockett first. We knew that was coming, huh? Everybody want to see that heifer walked out. I tell you. All right, let's get into this. I'm Kyle. Check this out.
I'm your host, Kyle. And people are wondering, will there ever be action? So far, no Texas House Democrats have been arrested for fleeing the state. That's almost 60 of them in order to deny a quorum on important legislation, including flood relief and redistricting. But now there's a development that shows that perhaps there could potentially be some action in this story. And it's very important that we get the details on this because we want justice. But before we get into that, please like, share, listen. Now, last night, the Texas House, they had an 88-7 vote to order the Sergeant at Arms to hunt down missing Democrats under warrant of arrest, drag them back to the chamber by any means necessary.
Chair recognizes Mr. Guerin for a second motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. Mr. Speakers, I move that the Sergeant of Arms or officers appointed by her send for all absentees whose attendance is not expressed if necessary. Further.
Opposed, vote nay. This is a record vote. Clerk, ring the bell. Show Representative Guerin voting aye.
We showed this earlier.
Have all members voted? 88 ayes and 7 nays. The motion prevailed. For all absentees whose attendance is not excused for the purpose of securing and maintaining their attendance under warrant of arrest. Members, under the rules, while the House is under a call, any member who wishes to leave the hall must have written permission of the Speaker. The Chair is providing written permission to be entered into the journal for each member registered as present on today's roll call to leave the chamber and return noon Monday, August 18th, with the understanding that if enough absent members are located and returned, you must be prepared to return to the chamber within 6 hours of receiving notice. Mr. Guerin moves the House stand adjourned until 10 a.m. Saturday. Is there objection? Chair hears none. House stands adjourned.
So there are law enforcement that is on standby, and a 6-hour recall rule is in effect. So the quorum games are coming to an end. They are going to be arrested the second that they step foot in Texas. So will their constituents forgive them if they've been out?
That's all I want to see. I need to see live footage. I want to see live footage of somebody being walked out in handcuffs. That's all I want to see.
Just going to Illinois, to Massachusetts, to New York, just to avoid their duty to the Texas people. Because we have legislation in this state that needs to get passed. And we don't really care about their efforts to avoid redistricting. There are a number of blue states across the United States that have redistricted their states to deny Republicans representation. And we're talking about states where 35 to 45% of the voters are Republicans or cast Republican votes in elections and are denied. And they have exactly 0 House representatives. 0. Okay? So the Democrats have been playing this game for decades, and they can't stand that turnabout is fair play. So between redistricting and illegal aliens who are represented in the census wrongly, the Democrats have between 40 and 60 seats that they otherwise would be denied. So to hear them complain about gerrymandering, that is absolutely rich. You guys need to get your tails back to Texas, cast votes like you were put into office to do, and stop the complaining, the whining, and the juvenile games. It is time to get on with the people's business in the state of Texas, and you're going to go there and do your duty. And if you should somehow convince voters to become a majority, then you'll be able to do it too, because that's what you've done in every other state across the country. Just look at the statistics yourselves if you don't believe me. We're talking about states where there's 40% plus Republican voters, and they have between 0 and 20% representation in the Congress. There's like 16 of them. Okay, and those are just the major examples. We're not even talking about the smaller states. So this has been Kyle Becker with Explain America. Do you want to see these Democrats arrested?
Hell yeah! Right now, let's do it. Where's the breaking footage? I want to see breaking footage. I need 3, 5, 8 cameramen and handcuffs everywhere. Somebody got to put their hands behind their back. The hell with you Democrats.